What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at a few products that I have had some questions about in the past. Now these are all products over the last 60 some videos that I have done reviews on, and there have been questions that I've come back to that I'm like, hey, maybe I should answer that question in a video format, and maybe I should go ahead and look at those things. So these are questions I've either gotten asked personally, sent in emails, or have been asked in the comment section. By the way, you have any questions in any of the videos, go ahead and hit the comment section with those questions and I will try and do another follow-up video like this one for that. I have the camera above recording as well, and we're gonna take a look at these two products plus two questions or two bags that I had questions about from some past videos. My alpaca bags, the Flow Satchel, not the flight satchel, the Flow Satchel, and the mini tote bag that was available from Alpaka. I'm not sure if it is now, but I'll have something to say about that towards the end of this video. So first of all, one of my first videos I did, I think it was episode 4 or 5, I talked about this. It is the Plaud Note. Somebody asked me the question of, with everything that your Apple Watch and that your iPhone can do now, is this really necessary? Is it necessary to pay for this, something that's $100 some odd, $150, $160, plus if you want expanded storage, you've got to pay for that, when your iPhone and your Apple Watch and your iPad can do all of that? My answer is kind of a double-sided sword, a double-edged sword. And the answer is yes or no, you don't need it at this point, but also yes. And I'll fall back on the one caveat of, if you are in a one-party state and you want to make a recording of a phone call that you are on, I 100% say that this is worth it. I live in a one-party state in the state of Ohio, and to be able to take this and slap it on the back of your phone and have it there and be able to record a phone conversation without the iPhone announcing the call is currently being recorded is a great thing. I do keep this on me a lot of times. I don't keep it on me as much as I used to, but I do keep it on me quite a bit still, just in case, you know, I want to or have to record a phone call. Conversations with customer service, things like that. One thing that I've noticed that I do is they're being recorded for quality and training purposes. I have told them when I get on the phone with them, just to let you know, I am recording this phone call to come back and take notes later to be able to reference what we had talked about. And if something needs to be brought up in the future, I will bring that up to you. Now, in two-party states, they can tell you, no, I don't want to be recorded, and you have no choice but to stop recording. Some states will allow you to say, I am recording, and as long as they know, it's okay. But in a state like Ohio, where it's a one-party state, this is something that I would say would probably be good for you. Another question that I've gotten is on the Tradie Notes. And admittedly, I haven't used this as much as I have wanted to because work hasn't been that hectic, but I have used it a bit. One of the questions that I got was, can you erase individually things? Like if you mess up on a note, can you erase things? And the answer is no. In order to erase things, you have to hit the clear button. That's why I always have I try to always have the thing set to off. That way, in case I accidentally hit the button, I'm not deleting stuff. Another thing that came up was, how do you save these notes? And I think I addressed that in the video, but one of the things, let's just say I have to make a list of stuff that I have to order. I'm a head custodian at a high school, so let's say I have to order 10 cases of toilet paper, 20 cases of paper towels. Let's say one of the products that we use is Wind Effect, and we're down on that, so I need to order a couple boxes of that. So I'll say 4 boxes of Wind Effect. And then I need, let's just say, 4 boxes of bleach. I need 20 boxes of small bags. And I need 25 boxes of large bags. Well, let's say in the middle of this, I get a call on my radio or on my phone, on my work phone, and they say, hey, we need you to take care of this now. we need you to go take care of this. So I have this over here. Obviously, I push the button, it's not deleting. But let's say I go up to the air handler, let's say it's an issue with an air handler, and I know that when I call the company that handles our air handlers, they're gonna ask for some random 10-digit number, and I have to be able to have that number on hand in order to give that to them. But as well, I need to know what air handler it was. So let's just say it's air handler 7 and it's located in the, let's just say air handler room 2. And let's say there was a leak under, you see, I take these notes quickly. You just write over it like you would anything else. I mean, a pencil and paper would do, but if you're using a pen and you got to take these notes, you can do that, but you can scratch it out and you can say leak under possible, let's just say glycol. So then as I'm on the phone with them, I don't have to worry about it getting deleted if I accidentally push the button. Now, let's say it's an important note that you have to take, like maybe you are writing down numbers for these individual things, like let's say equipment, things like that. How do you keep this if you can't keep it on here? All it is a screen, a liquid ink screen that you have these on there. I think I referenced this when I spoke on the last video, but the one thing I do is you always have your phone. Writing stuff down sometimes is better than trying to type it in, because sometimes you can write faster than you can type. But let's say I did that and I have all that information, but I'm gonna need to take another note maybe. Maybe I wanna be prepared to take another note. Well, one of the things you can do to keep those is snap a picture of your notes. And then you can go into your notes app on your phone and actually set up a note on there and just have all of your pictures for these that you have taken, all the pictures you've taken of the Tradie Notes there, so you can go back and reference them, maybe type them up later. If you're like me, go back and type them up on your MacBook and then they transfer back over to your iPhone. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I know that I had questions on how do you save the notes? Are you able to erase? Unfortunately, like I said, you're not able to erase individual marks or things like that. But this is definitely a great tool to have on hand, and I need to actually start using it more than I have. I used it at the end of the summer, beginning of the school year, and for about 3 weeks, and then just it sat in my drawer. And I realized it's there and I need to start using it more. So, as you can see from the above camera, I do have my iPad Pro and my MacBook Air. I had some questions on, first of all, the small tote from Alpaka, as to when I had my iPad Pro, I had a keyboard cover on it. And somebody asked if a regular cover would fit in the sleeve. And it's a very snug fit, as you can see above. It's not exactly a thin one, but it does fit in there quite well. You can see from above, it is in there. It is in that pocket. It does take a little bit to pull it out, but it is there. Now, one thing somebody else did ask was if a MacBook 13-inch would fit in this. I can't remember if it was this or the Flow Satchel, but we'll try both. If you put it in here, you see it does fit in the open there. You're not going to be able to put your water bottle in here. I'll say that right now. You might be able to take and put a small water bottle in one of these, but overall it's very cramped in there. You can see above, you're not going to be able to put your full-size water bottle in there. So that's just that. But the question also did come up with the Flow Satchel. I love this bag for a small carry that I would use it for. Not exactly the best when it comes to, as in my last video with the Flight Satchel. The Flight Satchel is exactly the right size that I needed. This was good for like carrying my iPad mini, carrying some smaller items throughout the day. It worked really well for that, but for like an everyday carry where I need a lot of that stuff, it didn't work out. Now I probably will switch out this strap for the one on the Flow Satchel, although that one, or the Flight Satchel, that one is pretty nice, considering that, you know, it doesn't have this padding, but, you know, I might use this on another bag too, who knows. But let's see if this will contain a MacBook Air at 13 inches. Yet again, doesn't fit, it's too big. You can see that it sticks out and you're not able to put that in there. I mean, if you want to carry it open, I guess so, but if you're gonna spend the money on this, why not just buy the Flight Satchel that I have sitting behind me from my last video. The Flow Satchel is better for smaller items. We'll see if it can hold the iPad Pro. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but if you have one that doesn't have the Apple Pencil on the side, you might be able to, but you can't even zip that shut. If it was smaller without the Apple Pencil on it, I would guess you'd be able to contain it in there and zip it. You just might not be able to have a whole lot more in this. I've enjoyed both of these bags. I have used them quite a bit, but you know, when you find something else that comes along that's better, that you move on, that's kind of what I've done with the Flight Satchel. The Flight Satchel, you know, isn't a backpack. I'll use a backpack still from time to time, like if I travel or I have to do like some extensive heavy everyday carry, because I don't want to pop anything on my Flight Satchel. But you know, these bags are good for like your smaller carries, things like that, carrying a Kindle, carrying an iPad mini, being able to carry like a small camera, things like that. These are good, but you know, not if you want to carry like your computer or your iPad. The tote actually holds these better than the Flow Satchel does. So take that information and do what you will with it. I just wanted to address a couple of these questions that I've had that I thought, I'm gonna go ahead and make a video on those. And I wanted to answer some of those questions on video. If you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer as far as things that I have, things that, you know, I've reviewed in the past that if I still have them, I can review, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I'd be happy to do a video on those. I do have some other videos coming up soon. Haven't quite planned them out yet, but we'll be looking at some different products soon, talking about some different other things very soon as well. So I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys subscribing. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for more next Friday. Take care.